You never reach the red line, it keeps going on. If you consider the value for money quotient, this video is not for you. If you are an inline 4 enthusiast and you want something under sub 500cc, then this is the motorcycle for you. I see the open stretch of road, and you know what to do when you have a 4R. Just go wide open. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today it's the third day with the mighty ZX-4R. I am taking this bike to my office, and you will see a commuting review of this bike, whether this beast can be ridden in city if you don't have any option. I'm sure no one is gonna ride this bike in city every day, but if you don't have any option, will you be able to ride it in city? I'm going to answer all those things, and there is no such video available on YouTube yet on the ZX-4R. So sit back and relax. You don't want to miss this video. It will have a lot of content about the ZX-4R if you're planning to buy this bike, or if you are an inline 4 enthusiast. So yeah, let's get started with the video. I did a cold start just before some time. So the bike is currently at 75 degrees Celsius, and let's roll. Currently the time is 10:52, and I am planning to meet Karthik first, and then we'll go to office. Today we have plans to shoot the ownership review of this bike. That will be the upcoming video. After this video, I will go to my office. We will shoot the video over there itself. My goodness, you never reach the red line, it keeps going on. I think this is one such bike by owning which you will never get bored of it. Second gear and third gear, and you see it scream. The problem with other bigger bikes is you will have to carry a lot more higher speeds in order to enjoy that top end adrenaline rush. But whereas on this bike, you can easily be under your limits and still enjoy it in its top end. It's a Saturday. I'm not going for work to office, but I'm going to shoot a video. And comparatively the traffic will be less today, because on working days the traffic is much higher in the high-tech city area. But still there will be good amount of traffic, so it's a good time to test. And it is peak traffic time around 10:45 AM. There is an accident. A car went inside completely. Shit. I was reading all of your comments from the previous videos that you want to know whether this will be a suitable bike for the city if you are planning to have one bike in your garage and you have around 11 to 12 lakhs at your disposal. I'm sure if you consider the value for money quotient, this video is not for you. If you are an inline 4 enthusiast and you want something under sub 500cc, then this is the motorcycle for you. The riding position on this bike is not as aggressive as I feel on the RS457, because I sit so comfortably on this bike. I feel this is more comfortable than the 457 for the city rides. It's definitely on the heavier side, but the weight distribution is so great that once you lift the motorcycle and it starts rolling, you don't feel any weight. And it has a lot of weight in the front, so braking is next level. And it is winter season, so I'm not sure how it is going to perform in the regular traffic conditions, but in winter season I'm not able to feel any heat in the traffic. But ground clearance is definitely lesser on this bike. It's an inline 4 pocket rocket made to rule the tracks. What can you expect? You don't want to have a high ground clearance on a track tool. So this bike has a very low ground clearance. You need to be careful if you're crossing higher speed breakers, but medium sized speed breakers you can cross. Speed breakers like these are not a problem, but the speed breakers which are much taller, there you will have to be extra careful. But when you're riding solo and if you're not a heavy rider, then it's okay. if your weight is somewhere close to 90 kgs, then you have to be very careful with this bike. And also there was a question about how much height do you need in order to ride this bike. I think anyone above 5'4" or 5'5" can ride this bike, because Japanese motorcycles have comparatively low seating height, whereas the Italians, Germans, all the European motorcycles, they have higher seats, so taller riders will feel comfortable on those bikes. My friend Karthik, who owns this bike, he is 5 feet 4 inch or 5 feet 5, I'm not sure exactly, but he is able to ride this motorcycle, so I'm sure height is never going to be an issue. Coming to the mileage, it returns a healthy 20 kmpl number if you're riding in city and on the highway, the mix. If you're purely riding in the city, then the mileage may drop until 15 or 17, and on the highway definitely you can expect 20 kmpl if you are cruising, but with spirited ride on the highway, it will not give you more than 15 kmpl. Because I have ridden this bike for around 600 to 700 kilometers in my Coimbatore trip, and that's when I came to know about the mileage. If you are belting this bike, don't expect anything above 15, but if you are riding and cruising normally, you can expect 20. Expecting anything about 20 kmpl is a magical number. You will never be able to achieve it practically. But you don't care about mileage when you are spending 12 lakhs on an inline 4. You just care about the experience. You care about the smoothness. You care about the adrenaline rush. The kind of smoothness it has, it outperforms every motorcycle. Once you ride this bike, you won't feel like riding any other inline 3 or parallel twins. That's the level of smoothness on offer. I need to control my emotions because it tends to take me to the top end, and top end is where the magic happens after 10,000 rpm. The suspension is much softer than the 457. You might be thinking, why am I comparing with the 457? Because that's the bike I ride every day in city, so I have to compare it with it. This suspension is from Showa. It does not get the adjustability option, but whereas on the ZX-4RR, it gets the adjustability option as well. But you need not fiddle around with the suspension setting, because on this stock itself, it's so good. It's good for the highway, it's good for the city. I liked it a lot. I feel I can do my daily rides to office on a 4R even more easily than the 457. This is the kind of traffic I have to face every day, but today it's on a 4R. Not the right place for this beast, but definitely not the rarest one, because every rider, when they return from their weekend rides, they have to face some amount of city traffic, even if you don't want to. And currently the temperature gauge shows 100 degrees Celsius. This is exactly similar to the RS457. RS457 goes up to 103, 104 in peak traffic, and this is at 100, 101. So that's a great news. I see the open stretch of road, and you know what to do when you have a 4R. Just go wide open. It's such a crazy top end screamer. It instantly puts a smile every time it crosses 10,000 rpm. This bike tempts me to buy one. I hope that day comes very soon when I'll own an inline 4 Super Sport 400cc class motorcycle. Not that I cannot own right now, but I have other priorities. I need to focus on many other things before spending a huge amount on a motorcycle. But yeah, it will happen very soon. I'm stuck in this bad traffic, and the temperature gauge still shows 100 degrees Celsius. You can see the bike is at idle, it's not switched off. So the engine heating is not at all an issue in this bike. You don't feel the heat, probably because the piston size is so small. Each cylinder is around 100 cc's, the compression ratio is less, and all the power is generated in the top end. So in the low end the engine runs relaxed. Now it's time to keep moving, and it's a comparatively sunny day today. Outside temperature is somewhere around 29 degrees Celsius right now. It's so easy to filter in traffic also. You won't feel the weight. I feel like it's a toy in the city. Keep ringing the throttle and the bike starts screaming. Only a 4R can scream at 16,000 RPM. The red line comes at 16,000. 6R's red line comes at 14,000. So the screaming effect you get on a 4R, you won't be able to get on a 6R. 6R will be definitely faster than the 4R, but the sound and that feeling will be different on this bike. You will have to ride it to experience it. It's so easy to corner this bike. Lovely. The brakes are so sharp that you cannot grab the brakes, or else it will tend to do a stoppie. You might fear that the person behind you might come and hit you. That strong is the brake bite on this bike. I'm not getting chance to put it in the third gear also. It is so furious. I have almost reached High-Tech City, and this route is completely choked in the regular weekday. But because today is Saturday, it's comparatively a lot free, or else I'm hardly able to move at this place at this time. I reached High-Tech City, and this is where Karthik is staying. I'll have to meet him, and then together we'll go to my office. Up, Karthik. How are you?
Good. How are you?
All good. Had your food? Breakfast done?
Yeah.
Chalo.
Go out for lunch, me, you and Daya.
Anyhow, we have to eat lunch only.
Yeah.
First we'll go to office. We'll shoot the video, and then while returning,
How far is your office?
at this time around 10 to 12 minutes.
Please. We'll go there.
7 kilometers. I filled one full tank yesterday. Just now the first line got dropped. Right now it is again showing up. Just now the first line got dropped. I did around 80 kilometers, and that too screaming. The mileage is very good on this bike. It's very good.
City rides, it's good.
It's good. And I was ripping open yesterday because I was shooting all that, right? At least 4 to 5 times I did 200. And even then it gave that mileage. That's crazy. Me and Karthik have started. I'm still riding his 4R. He is riding my RS. You can see how my RS looks from the rear. You don't get to see it on the fly, right? This is how it looks. Right now we are in the heart of the city. This is High-Tech City in Hyderabad. We've almost reached my office, and this is my Amazon building. So we have finally reached our office. Yeah, how is it?
My God. This is Amazon?
This is entire Amazon campus owned by our company, and this is the biggest corporate building in the world.
Oh, is it?
Now second is Seattle, the headquarters.
Huge.
It's huge.
There's some 10,000 employees.
I think more than that.
My
More
God.
than that. You can see the ZX-4R is here, RS457 is here, and it's time to close this video. But do wait for the ownership video, because that video is going to answer a lot of your questions. And yes, don't forget to post your thoughts in the comment section below. With that, I get to know your thought process. And also don't forget to subscribe this channel, because this beast is a killer monster. With that, I will sign off from this video, and I will see you in my next video. Till then, bye bye.